Hey y'all, welcome to the channel or welcome back. Today we are going to be discussing tariffs. We're going to be discussing the recession and things that you can do to help your situation because there's a lot of unknown, a lot of unexpected, and you never know what's going to happen from day to day. So let's get right into it. Happening right now, the Port of LA has seen 35% fewer vessels this time compared to last year, and that is simply due to the tariffs. So the Port of LA is actually the largest port on the West Coast. They're the ones that get the most vessels coming in, and they have seen a large decrease in the volume. There's a loading board, and with that loading board, you can actually see all vessels that are coming in up to 40 days ahead of their arrival. And right now, that's just not happening as much because you're having less vessels come over because they have less cargo. And again, all of this is playing out because of the tariffs. Companies just cannot afford to get things over right now. The last of the vessels that had the cargo on it came in last week, if I'm not mistaken. So right now the stores only have like a good 4 to 6 weeks left of inventory, pre-tariff inventory. So after that time hits, if these companies decide to continue to order, either they're going to be ordering less or that price is going to be passed along to us as the consumers. So get ready for the price hikes and just the overall increases of goods and services. And this, once again, is going to affect so many people. People are experiencing job losses right now. So the dock workers, the truck workers, the warehouse workers are all going to be impacted by fewer vessels coming over. When you think about food banks and people needing assistance, this is like a rolling ball that's just going to keep rolling down and pulling people down with it. And this is just so unfortunate for so many. A lot of people don't want to believe that this is happening and that we won't be affected in the store by the prices. But you got to remember, because a lot of people want to compare this to 2020. The thing about now and 2020, the difference is the ball's not in our court. And I feel like in 2020, everybody was going through the same thing, like worldwide. So people were more so willing to work together. Now we have a huge disadvantage because people really can care less if they choose to work with the United States at this point. They have other countries that are willing to work with them. And I personally just don't feel like these other countries think that they need us like we have been led to believe, like the United States. Everybody needs us, and that's truly just not the case. I'm gonna roll some footage here in a second just to let you see what's going on at the Port of LA. And you're actually gonna be able to hear this gentleman speak about what's going on in the port and what exactly happens, like the best case scenario if, Trump decides to steer away of the tariffs or like change the percentage or the amounts and what that looks like. It's still gonna take several weeks before things get back to the way they were before the tariffs were enacted and people stop having things, being shipped over here. It's not like you cut the light off and everything goes back to normal. This is still going to take a couple of weeks because you have vessels that are, parked right now because, they don't have anything to carry, or you have them working on other things at the moment. So you're going to all have to redirect them. They're going to have to pick up the cargo. Then they're going to have another couple of weeks to bring it to the port.
Take the Port of LA, which has been since the turn of the century the busiest port in the Western Hemisphere. Its directors say a fifth of normally scheduled vessel arrivals for this month have been canceled, and cargo coming in is about 35% lower now than it was the same time last year. Joining us now is the executive director of the Port of Los Angeles, Gene Soroka. Thank you for being here.
Good to see you, Nicole. Thank you.
Just give me a snapshot in time, a today story of what is happening at the Port of LA.
Fewer vessels coming across the Pacific with less cargo. It was pretty quiet out there when I started about 6 o'clock this morning. And realistically, we've been predicting this for some time. We've got a great system, the Port Optimizer, that sees loadings of cargo in Asia up to 40 days before they get here to LA. Not a surprise to us, and we knew what the impact of these tariffs were going to have. So it's quiet. Your numbers are accurate. We're going to be down 35% this week, which means fewer job opportunities.
What does that mean for the American consumer?
Now, it's going to be interesting because retailers, big and small, have been telling me that we've got about 4, 5, 6 weeks left of normal inventory levels. If this continues on for any duration, we'll have fewer items to select from, some spot shortages, and likely prices will increase as they're affected by these tariffs from a host of countries across the Pacific Rim. It'll take about 2 weeks for the liner shipping companies to reposition their vessels. They're off doing other things or just parked right now due to the low volume. They'll have to get resituated to places like Qingdao, Shanghai, and Xiamen, and then load up the cargo that's been waiting. Take about 2 more weeks to come over here to Los Angeles, and then we got to distribute that cargo not only in Southern California, but to 15 major hubs around the country. So even if we get a trade framework right now, it's still going to take a while to replenish the inventory.
Prices are definitely going to go up, but the main thing to take away is that you do not want to panic buy. You just want to be smart and savvy when it comes to buying for your family. Buy what you know you'll eat, buy what you know you'll use, buy some things now that you know you'll use like in the future, even if it's 6 months down the road, because you just don't know. You just want to be smart all around and make really good choices for your family. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. You guys take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're seeing any shortages or gaps on your store shelves, and I will see you guys in the next one.